change, changes in your wheelhouse. Are you ready? Can you do it?
Welcome to Cards and Constellations with Bonnie Morris and Don Rumor Rivera from Sonoran Mystic Tarot. Here, we blend astrology and tarot to guide you through the twists and turns for the week ahead. Don't forget to hit subscribe and share. Let's dive into your cosmic journey together.
Pisces, this is your astrology reading for the week of August 18th through the 24th. Miss Bonnie's not with us this week, and so she's asked me to read this for her. So don't shoot me. I'm merely the messenger, and more importantly, be patient with my reading because it can be trying sometimes. Here we go. Pisces, we start off the week with the same kite headed to Saturn and in opposition to Mars. So if you haven't already released that tension, find the compromise between taking action and the limitations. Now, remember, when we started at the end of last week, we had two kites and they were in opposition. The one kite has dissolved. And I think what we'll see here is by midweek, you'll see this one dissolve as well. But let's read further. We'll have another opposition between midweek. We'll have another opposition between Venus and Pluto. That's your love, resources, and romance opposite dramatic change. So it's like, which is going to win out? The romance or the change? You know, if you're looking at relationship issues and you're thinking, do I change or do I continue? That's kind of the energy we're talking about here. Towards the end of the week, we see a square between Uranus and the Sun. That's going to be some form of unexpected surprise to your core identity. So don't be surprised if somehow you're tested this week and you're like, okay, did I step up to the plate? Did I step up and do the right thing? Am I that guy? Am I that gal? Am I that person? You know, and that's a really wonderful thing. This week brings a gentle yet focused shift as the sun goes into Virgo on the 22nd. This highlights your shared resources, intimacy, and transformation. You may find yourself more tuned into the deeper emotional current beneath the surface. Mars energizes your friendship and community areas, encouraging you to balance inner work and social connection. Like in that, again, in other words, don't be so into yourself that you're not out and about. Make sure that you're giving some attention to your social life as you are giving to your work life. Make sure that you're out there with people. Make sure that you're balancing that workload with that social side because you need to do that. And also, again, as that second kite dissolves this week, that's going to open up that energy. So make sure you follow through with it. This is a week for collaboration and creative projects. The 21st and 22nd are opportunities to deep professional alliances and seeking support for ambition. After the sun enters Virgo on the 22nd, the focus will be on financial management, debt reduction, and negotiating shared resources. If single, then social circles matter and get out there and mingle. Find yourself a new relationship because that's what it is. Attention to the subtle cues. Pay attention to the small things that people say and do and how that impacts you. If you're a couple, you'll benefit from open conversations about boundaries and shared goals. On the 19th and 20th is a supportive time. So make sure that that intimacy is happening around there. Make sure you're opening up and having the discussion. On the 20th and 21st, it is favorable for negotiations and financial planning. Review your financial commitments and work on stabilizing shared assets. Avoid making hasty decisions regarding joint finances on the 23rd. Balance your emotional depth with activities that ground you physically. Nature walks, walking in dirt, walking in sand, walking in grass, putting your feet into ponds and waters. All that will help you ground yourself, and that's really important. And it's also helping you to get rid of excess, and that support will help your well-being, okay? Pay attention to your emotional boundaries and avoid being overwhelmed this week. Again, ground yourself at the end of the week. You're going to need it because this is a kind of a crazy, hectic week. With that said, let's look at the tarot and see if it either contradicts or supports what we just heard in astrology. Pisces, this is your tarot reading. Let's see how it aligns with or conflicts with the astrology reading I just gave. Oh my goodness, lots of energy that I'm picking up just like right in here. So kind of concerned about what that means. I have a Four of Wands here. Four of Wands energy is always good energy, and that is your home energy. So that's home and hearth and happiness. Your home life is going to be super important to you this week. So don't be surprised if whatever the reading is, it's somehow connected to home and hearth. Okay, so and again, that's the focus that should be this week. No matter what's happening in your business life, no matter what's happening in everything else, when this card comes out as your environment, it's telling you pay attention to the home. Okay. The energy that I first pull out for you is this temperance energy. Temperance energy is that balance. And when that balance card comes out, generally speaking, because again, it's either patience or balance. Temperance is patience or balance. But when we're talking about home life, it could be patient that you're patient with somebody or something, but often it's more about finding the balance between the work life and the home life, making sure that you're paying enough attention to the home life where they know that you are involved to a degree and that you're connected and that you're not so disconnected from being burnt out from the work environment. The next card is, there we go. I told you there's an Eight of Wands. So the question is, again, it's where's the balance? You have a lot of work to get done, a lot of things to get done, and you're doing a lot. But the question is, are you balancing your home life to a degree where the people at home understand that you are involved there? Because again, it's all about work. You can't let it be all about work. All right. You have to make a change. This is a 10 of Wands. So you have to make a change, bring some things to close at work, bring some closure to early times at work. So where you're leaving work at a reasonable hour, you're not working extra late anymore. You're giving yourself some more time at home, giving yourself more time to be with your family. And when you are at home, make sure that you're spending time in the house, at the home with the people, and not sitting there on your phone or on your computer for work. Because physically being home is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking mentally and emotionally being home, mentally and emotionally being involved with the family, being involved with your significant other, being involved to the point where the work is not included in that moment. Okay. And again, it doesn't take a whole lot. It's amazing how it really could be just a few little things or a little bit of time. It's the right thing at the right time versus the wrong thing at the wrong time that can set people off in that regard. I like this year because there's a Palace of Wands, which is interesting because again, the Palace of Wands is like, oh, you can't separate the home and the work. It's like, that's the concern. It's like, well, we need a separation. We need to find separation. So don't bring your work home. Again, like I said, don't bring the work home. Give yourself a deadline and say, I'm leaving at this hour, and then I'm leaving work at this hour and leaving all of the work alone at this hour. So where you're leaving and going home. Okay. And when you do, look at this, you're the magician. You can create that, you can make this happen. You can find a way to make this happen. And when you do, you bring about a change, but this is a change around you, which is important. That's saying that if you do this, don't be surprised if by you changing your behavior with work and with time at work, it creates, again, you didn't mean to change to create a change, but it changes the energy around your home. And then the people around your home are more easy to work with and deal with and be with, and they understand you more, and they even give you more leeway to do more work. The good part again is if they know that they care, if they know that they matter. Once they do that, then again, they may give you much more leeway than you've had in a while. So take advantage of that. Again, get your focus on your home life. And when you do, look at the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is that happiness. And look at this happiness and the home, happiness with the dog and the house and the family and the plants and everything. This is such a good energy. It's such a positive energy. Again, changes in your wheelhouse. Are you ready? Can you do it? And if your significant other, if this fits more of your significant other and they're the work driven person, then have the conversation with them, that give them this reading, show them, say, you know what? I'm the person who is in the family. You need to watch this because you need to make the change. Because again, it can go two ways. It can be either you are the person who needs to make the change, or you are in a relationship with someone who makes the change. You determine how that is. But if it's somebody else who is needing to hear this, let them hear this, because again, they'll make for a wonderful and much more healthy home life. Okay. Great energy. I'm liking this very much. Don't don't blow up my warning here, because I'm telling you it's important. And it's interesting because if you look at what we talked about in the astrology, there is that love and that pull between change and love. And in this case, it's that pull because you love them. You're going to make changes to your environment, your work schedule, and those things. And then in that activity, you change things inadvertently, which is really cool, which is again back to that Tower card. So there are a number of things there that do line up very much with this. But again, it comes back to you. And the one thing about you being the focus, you have to be the focus. You have to make the change, or the person who has to change for you because they're working too much. Again, like we talked about, whichever way it goes, I wish you well. Follow my warning and enjoy the benefits that you reap from it. With that said, I'm going to let you go. Please hit that share and subscribe button. The subscribe button's in the lower right-hand corner. All you gotta do is click it and you'll subscribe. If you are on Sonoran Mystic Tarot channel already, which is mine, please pop over to Your Love Goddess, which is Miss Bonnie's, and hit her button over there. If you are over there at Your Love Goddess, and please pop over. I invite you to come over to Sonoran Mystic Tarot and subscribe to my channel and share on my channel. And then go to Cards and Constellations, which is our combined channel, and do the same. I would appreciate it. With that said, I'm going to let you go. Love, light, and blessings from me and my family here at Sonoran Mystic Tarot, Bonnie and her family, and of course to you and your family. Leave us a message, give us a comment, and we do respond. Let us know how this resonates with you. And again, until next week, let's see some change. Let's make a positive impact that will last you for a long time to come. Never can hurt, right? Have a great one. Bye-bye.